Over the Brooklyn Bridge is a quirky romantic comedy from 1984 that invites you into the heart of New York City family life. Directed and produced by Menahem Golan, yep, the Cannon Films guy, this film dives into messy family expectations, interfaith dating, and big dreams, all with a healthy dose of old-school New York flavour. It hit theatres on March 2nd, 1984, ran for about 106 minutes, and got an R rating for its salty language and grown-up themes. Despite aiming high with a $4 million budget, it wrapped up early at $3.5 million and banked just under $840K at the box office. Fun fact, its original name was My Darling Shiksa, riffing on the central conflict, a Jewish guy caught between family and love. The movie is basically a warm, if sometimes stereotypical, look at Jewish family dynamics. Think plenty of humour mixed with genuinely touching moments. It's one of those films where you might not know every actor's name, but you'd recognise the faces. So what's it all about? Alby Sherman, Elliott Gould, is a Brooklyn guy with big ambitions and an overbearing mom, Shelley Winters, who still runs his life, along with the family luncheonette. Alby dreams of trading chopped liver for Manhattan fine dining, but there's a big hitch: money. He goes to his wealthy uncle Benjamin, the hilarious Sid Caesar, a lingerie store tycoon, for a loan. Uncle Ben will cough up the cash, but only if Alby ditches his Catholic girlfriend Elizabeth, Margaux Hemingway, the family's not-so-lovingly nicknamed Shiksa, and marries a nice Jewish girl instead. Cue family drama, identity struggles, and a steady sprinkle of diabetes-related stress, loan sharks, and awkward blind dates with cousin Cheryl, Carol Kane. Filming took place all over real New York and was classic Cannon Films, fast, cheap, and just a little unhinged. They even finished a week early, saving $500,000, unheard of for this studio. Drama wasn't just on screen. At one point, Elliott Gould stormed off set after a fight with director Golan and shut the whole thing down for a day. He apologised, and production rolled on. Gould hated the movie poster, which apparently had a giant naked cartoon lady straddling New York Harbour. When it came out, reviews were all over the place. Critics rolled their eyes at the heavy-handed stereotypes and cheesy script, but most agreed the cast had heart. The few critics who bothered mostly panned it. Still, some call it a warm and pleasant romance, and praise Sid Caesar as Uncle Benjamin, or Margaux Hemingway for her haunting role. Others think it's a tedious bore full of cliché lines. The New York Times even called it crudely humourless. So yeah, not for everyone. A niche treat for 80s comedy fans and anyone who loves seeing Jewish families arguing over dinner. A few fun tidbits. Elliott Gould handpicked Sid Caesar for his uncle. Judging by their chemistry, it was a solid call. The movie includes a tiny blink-and-you-miss-it cameo from baby Sarah Michelle Gellar. There are a few bridge mix-ups. Sometimes it's the Manhattan Bridge standing in for the Brooklyn Bridge. And one more thing, it finished under budget. Seriously rare for Cannon. Bottom line, Over the Brooklyn Bridge might not be an all-time classic, but it's a sweet, salty slice of 80s New York that's perfect if you're craving a little nostalgia. For more blasts from the 80s past, subscribe to Movies of the 80s on Substack and Movies of the 80s here on YouTube for your daily fix.